Okay, so this is my fundamental basic ad account setup. Especially now, like with iOS 14, it's more important to have a simple consolidated account setup. Also, if you just have less data and a smaller business and are not spending, over 50, 60K a month on Facebook, like this kind of setup will probably be even better for you. So we can just walk through the actual setup here. So this is just a demo account and we can go through each step. 99% of the campaigns will be purchase conversion focused. Just set up conversion, like the naming convention is important, so it just helps you like find the campaigns. I usually just put, like we'll break up the funnel into cold, warm and hot. So in this case, I can just do cold conversions. And then if you're putting a country, so maybe you can just do US. You can name this stuff later, but yeah, just go into the setup. So I'm leaning more towards campaign budget optimization. It's kind of letting Facebook do the heavy work. You don't really have to test multiple audiences. Like you can just let Facebook decide. So say, it's $100 a day. It's going to distribute the budget where it thinks it's going to find the most conversions between the different audiences that you choose. So ideally you have at least 2 or 3 ad sets in this one campaign. Traditionally, I would set up like a cold conversion campaign for interest, for lookalikes, for broad. But in this simple setup, like I'm just going to put all those audiences in one CBO campaign. So actually we can name this CBO just to remember. And then, okay, so if we go into the ad set, I like to name the ad set too a bit, just what I remember. So say it's like, I'm just targeting women, 18 to 65, and maybe this is like an interest group. So for this account, for this demo, like I think I'll just pretend to be selling yoga mats. Say this is like an interest for yoga. So you need to choose your pixel and then make sure you choose purchase. Like this stuff isn't set up because I don't have an actual store, but just for the demo account. And then in here, like, since this is an interest campaign, you don't really need to choose any custom audiences, but what's more important is to exclude them. So over here, I would exclude, website visitors. I don't have them built yet, but basically the ones I would exclude are website visitors and your purchase list. So to make it a bit cleaner. And then down here is where you choose the interest. So in this case, like first, let me switch it to women. And then you can choose like interested in yoga, maybe choose a few others. Since I'll be selling yoga mats, maybe go a bit deeper. Keep it in the fitness related. You can even do like, maybe we'll keep that as a second one. So say this is just specific to yoga. I always like to keep this interest expansion box ticked on, just because now it keeps the audiences a bit broader. And it's basically, you can see here 16 million people. Without that, it'll probably shrink it down. You can see to like 5 million. So essentially it's giving Facebook a place to start. Like we're going to look for people who are interested in yoga, and then it's going to go broader beyond that. So especially to start out, I like to have it ticked off. And then, I would just choose all placements and not try to, go specific and like do, only Facebook, only Instagram, things like that. The algorithm's pretty good at finding the best people across the different apps. So I'll just leave that. And lowest cost bidding and stuff. And then at the ad level, it's the same thing. I usually just like to put at least the type of ad unit in the ad name. So, if it's static, video, carousel, that way like when you're looking later on, it's like easy to filter out. So we can just do static yoga v1, for example. Put the preview on. I'm just going to use my website link for now, so change this to shop now and then add the link. But so it's really important that you always scroll down and check that the pixel is ticked over here. That's to make sure that you can actually see the data then once the ads are set up. And let's just add an image instead of my face. Oops. I think I have it open. Yep. So so it's quite cool now, like this new feature in Facebook, it actually lets you also optimize the images automatically. So if you don't have, the correct image sizes, you can just choose this and then Facebook will cut it for you. Or you can just let it be original across the board. This is all new too. Allow enhancement. And there, it's kind of set up across each thing and you can see the previews. So just put test. And you can kind of see what it looks like. And the last thing to do is I always like to just build a dynamic UTM. So you just build it once, and then once you duplicate the ads, it stays across the account. So this is super important so that you can see the data, like not only in Shopify, but also in your analytics. So for source, I usually just do like Facebook. For the medium, you can do PC, or like, actually you can do like paid social, differentiated from like the other stuff, depending on whatever you have named your naming conventions in Google Analytics. But this will help you find like the source and medium. And then the campaign name, I like to keep it dynamic, and the content, usually just the actual ad name. And then you can see here, it's kind of going to dynamically populated. This stuff is constant, but the campaign name and content is dynamic. Then you hit apply, and then it's added at the bottom. And basically, I think that is it. So just hit publish. So now when you duplicate this ad, and if you want to make like a video or a static or another static or a carousel, like that UTM will carry forward. So you don't really have to do anything again, which is awesome. And then, so since this is like interest one, I would do like another one that's, say, maybe slightly different. So maybe more, since that was like pure yoga, we could do one that, should we do one interest? So in terms of the consolidated, I would keep interest, lookalikes, and broad in one. So say I would keep another lookalike audience in here. I don't have that built out yet, but in that case, again, remember, make sure the exclusions are in place, and then you'd find the lookalikes like in here, the custom audiences, and I'd probably just start with a 10% lookalike to keep it really broad, and then just publish that. And then if you wanted, you could do maybe even one more interest group just to see. So maybe something that's like not super complemented, but maybe people who are interested in, nutrition and like that kind of stuff would also be interested in yoga. So maybe this could be a complementary interest. So we scroll down, there's like so many interest groups you can choose from. So like, what's like healthy food? NutriBullet? I don't know if it'll show up as an interest. No, so nutrition, So anyway, we can just choose different ones. It's interesting that's showing stuff that's not really related, but I can't think of anything right now. But anyway, you can play around. Oh, this is demographics, so I wouldn't choose that, but I'm really struggling with this nutrition. But anyway, you guys can figure that out and choose like another interest. It's probably not the best one to choose. But so again, really simple setup, interest and lookalikes in one. You can also test different lookalikes within this campaign. So I usually make ones of your customer lists, the pixel. You can even make one lookalikes of your engagers, things like that. And then just keep them all in one campaign. And then Facebook will optimize everyone. Oh, one thing's important, that it's actually look like here, the default is 7-day click. So I would actually go in and recommend to change that to 7-day click and 1-day view. That's kind of the best practice, I think, now, like even Facebook's recommending. It's annoying that the default is like 7-day click. So, and this needs to be constant across all the ad sets and campaigns, or you won't be able to see the totals populate in Ads Manager. So it just makes it like a lot harder to see the data if you don't have the attribution setting as the same across all the campaigns. So it's kind of annoying if you basically do it one by one. There's no way to bulk edit it. So just make sure like the first time you set it up, you just choose that. So just quickly change the last one. And then okay, so that's done. So this is a simple cold conversion US focused CBO campaign, which is campaign budget optimization. This should now change to show multiple. It should update to just show 7-day click, 1-day view. So, and then basically the easiest way to do this is like this ad is already in here. So what I would do is just duplicate the ad set, create a new campaign, and then maybe name this like warm, which would be a retargeting campaign. And then again, or maybe I would just keep it combined at the ad set level and use CBO. So duplicate it, and then in this case it would be, I usually keep maybe the engagers in one, which is like on platform. So this is people who engage with the brand. So anyone who likes you on Instagram, likes a Facebook ad, like engages with you on any of the platforms, like this is those audiences. So I'll show you how to set that up, but I don't know why this error shows up, but I think it's just unique to my account. which is annoying, but you just have to put any cost control and then just remove it. So yeah, but yeah, maybe I'll have to probably build some audiences for it to show up. So yeah, because it's a demo, I don't have anything set up yet. So, create custom audience. So what I mean is, yeah, like the engagement audiences could be from video, could be from your Instagram account, your Facebook page. So those would be like on-platform engagement audiences. The same thing as shopping, which is new. It's basically creating an audience of people who've interacted with like your Instagram shop. So that's a really good one. So I just make different audiences and you can play around with like the recency, whether it's the last 90 days, the last 180. I would just do probably like just go broad and do a full 365 or at least 180, especially, if you don't have a massive following on any of these platforms. So that would be good. And then for website, you can do the same thing. Like, you can create like over here, like all website visitors. So I'll do maybe 180 days just to keep it broad. Name it website 180. And then another one would be, I don't have the add to cart stuff set up yet, but basically, you can do like, because you'll have all the events set up, so you could do add to cart as well as viewed product pages like in here, and then play around with the number of days. So I think the max you can basically go is 180. You can't go beyond that. So that's the max you can do. And let's see now if this populates. You just have to refresh it, I think. So see if this is the engagers. I haven't built that out, but I'll publish this. Again, in the exclusions here, like probably just exclude at least like your purchase list, your customers, maybe website visitors. And then in here, you can duplicate this again. And then basically keep this one for your website audiences. And then go in here and choose. So there you can see the website one's populating right now. And again, like if you just make sure you exclude, so since I don't have a customer list or anything, you can either upload a list. If you have Klaviyo, you can sync it dynamically, which is the best. So you don't have to keep updating it. You can also make one just off the pixel in the audience manager, which I shared before. So yeah, just make sure the exclusions are there and then just again, hit publish. So you can see actually now this is still like using ad set budget. So what I would do is just click into the campaign, edit, and then switch this to CBO and hit publish. So yeah, again, really simple setup just to get you started. One cold campaign, one warm campaign. And then if you do want to do some remarketing to existing customers, like again, we can just duplicate this, call this hot, which is your existing customers. So, customers, US. You don't really need to use CBO here, probably just be one ad set. And, unless you have like multiple really massive customer lists. So again, I'll just name it so you remember, customer list. I don't know why this keeps happening, but I'll just remove it. And then in here on custom audiences, you just select like the customer list that you've uploaded or synced from your CRM. And set the budget. Yeah, for this, you don't need to choose anything else. The only thing is you could exclude, depending on like the repeat rates in your purchase cycle, like you could just exclude the purchases, say from the last 7 days or last 30 days maybe. So again, you'd have to build that audience or upload the list. So it would just be annoying if someone just bought from you and they see an ad that day or the next day. So yeah, at least exclude some list over here. And that's it. You basically hit publish. Right now, it's the same ad across all the campaigns. So, obviously you'd want to show like different creative to different stages of the funnel. So you can just go in here and then change the different ads depending on what you want these people to see. But yeah, this is just a very simple setup. I would just start this way and kind of see how it goes and then, get into further testing of different things. But that is it.